Yeah. And so the final,
We're off with the final here.
it's on. The game is on. We got the legendary Nicholas Townsend in possession of the ball. But soon we will probably see a very, very high pressure from the Stockholm team.
Yeah, it's a little awkward once the ball has
And they're
just been
already in
tipped off.
possession.
Once the ball has been tipped off, it can be hard to get into your sort of defensive rhythm. Um,
Yeah.
and we saw that here. Charlton losing the ball, I mean, a bit easily, I think. Uh, and we're also staying low here defensively, not bringing a lot of pressure. Interesting gambit. I mean, it's basically a chess match when these two teams play because they know each other so well. Uh-oh. What do we have here? Nicholas comes back and sort of affects the shot from Samuel. And the game's first face-off.
Linus sort of wins it, but not.
I don't know. I think this was a tie.
Ah!
Stockholm comes out with it. Maybe. No. Aho. Niklas. Aho's on the ball. They should, I mean, again, and this is basically Bryn. I'm sounding like a broken record here, repeating myself. They should attack as fast as possible.
But you are actually a broken record.
As far as possible.
It's the
as fast
record
as
I've
possible,
seen with the most scratches ever in it. You know, it's like
they should attack immediately after winning possession. Regardless of who has the ball, they just gotta go for the goal.
gotta go.
See if they can force some sort of mistake in a switch or something from Stockholm. Sætning på bolden. Linus non-hit.
Yeah, David Aho.
Yeah, Linus characteristically, once he's the last guy, once he can see all five other players, he likes to get back into the goal by reversing his way down there.
Yeah.
Little unconventional, but of course it saves the time of turning around, so he can immediately go back home, get back home in defense. But if you're going to do that, you need to be able to count to five. You need to be able to see that the all five other players are in front of you, so that you won't just ram into one of the other guys.
Oof.
Very close. That would have been a. Oi, 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 oi.
What a
That was
fantastic
close.
save.
That was unbelievable. How did the ball go out that way? Uh-oh. Linus, away on the fast break.
Ooh,
I
but that's a good try,
like
actually.
it. Yeah.
Why not just try? He knows.
Send the ball up court. Maybe there's a teammate.
Man.
Maybe maybe you find a way through.
If he could score on that way, it would be. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel was in pretty good position. I think actually he might have been able to catch up to the ball.
It's not that we don't like Stockholm or anything, but it would be so much fun to get Malmo in the lead.
Yes, absolutely. That would give us the best game to keep it close for as long as possible. Stockholm again. Oof. I mean, again, Stockholm applying pressure.
Oh, he's just reversing into it.
Yeah. So obviously, he won't mind giving up the free ball because he got to make the save and sort of dismantle that situation.
You know this song?
Not sure. I would need to hear the chorus.
Okay. Okay, for me it's a hit. It's a FIFA hit song.
Yeah, but I didn't play much FIFA growing up. Linus doing a lot of the talking in the huddle there. That's interesting. He's. I mean, I hate sounding like an old guy here, but he's grown up so fast, Linus. I remember him when he burst onto the scene. This
But Johan Ulka, as we talked about yesterday.
Super talent, out of nowhere, and like snap your fingers, and it's 5 years later, and he's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah. But I have to admit, to win this game, I think they should let Linus have the ball and not Nicholas.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas
really
definitely missed
Because
some of that speed.
Yeah, and he's too slow. Look at that, he loses the ball. It's hard because it's maybe the best team in the world to play against, but like.
Yeah. I mean, earlier today we talked about Alexander Pedersen of Aarhus' tendency to lose the ball into dangerous spots on the court.
Yeah.
That is very much something that comes with experience.
Yeah.
The ability to, if you're going to turn the ball over, and I mean against Stockholm, you're going to turn it over a lot. You need to be able to turn it over into the boards, into a corner, away from your goal, away from the mid zone of the court. So I think as long as the game is this tight, is tied, I think it makes sense to keep Niklas on the ball simply to avoid a stupid mistake.
Yeah.
I would basically guarantee that that Linus would take over main ball handling responsibilities if Malmo falls behind.
Yeah, okay. We got a question here from Rasmus Jacobsen. How old is Linus actually? Because there's some rumors about a fake passport. So maybe he's not that young, really.
I think that's
okay, he's going to be 22 in 2 days.
Anton Henskemajer with the
right
fat box.
He's a fact man.
Up 21 correction. Okay.
Is Malmo the only team that reverses this much?
No, I mean we've seen the Norwegian teams all weekend long do it. The difference is the Norwegian teams really they reverse a lot and they do it sort of recklessly. They don't look out for for the opponent players. That's very frustrating. It's dangerous, and it's something that just they have to clean up on. The Swedish guys here, I mean, they've been playing in the Danish league for I mean, at least like the last 5 seasons, and they know what they're doing. They are not irresponsible, as I mentioned earlier. Linus, he counts to 5 before he starts backing up.
Yeah. No. That isn't good.
I agree, Simon, for the record, that probably the best chance of scoring a goal is giving the ball to Linus. I also think the best chance of conceding a goal is giving the ball to Linus.
So for now it's good, but
yeah, for
later
now,
in the game.
For now, tie game. I think probably Malmo will take that for 30 minutes. take their chances in a shootout.
But I really think that Malmo should focus on not conceding goals instead of scoring. Because,
I mean,
of course, it's a
I'm
good thing to
aggressive.
score.
I'm aggressive. I always want to score goals, but against this particular opponent, they capitalize on any mistake, any weakness like this. Oh, this is panic now. Aho is back. Yeah, a lot of contact here. I have no idea what's going to happen here. John, very animated here. Okay, so it. I think probably that he's yelling at Samuel. The referee is yelling at Samuel for begging for that booking and for really just for wanting to be the referee.
Yeah.
And he ends up booking Linus.
Yeah, because Linus made the foul. He
Yeah.
saw there was an empty goal and he tried to get there
Yeah.
as fast as he could, but still, Samuel was like picky. But now it goes round and around and around.
Yeah, very defensive.
Yeah,
game plan
suddenly,
from,
out of sudden.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first we've seen of this, and it has to be in recognition of the fact that they're up against a pretty dangerous team. And if Stockholm's main way of scoring goals is by punishing opponent mistakes, I guess it makes sense to pick a game plan that makes it the least likely that you're going to commit a mistake.
Yeah,
And this certainly does that.
yeah, but normally this is boring, but for me this is actually quite interesting.
Absolutely.
Because
Also,
it's still even, and it's like, this could go on for...
it's different, and it's not because Malmo is unable to play in a different way.
No,
They
no,
are
it's just-
choosing to play like this.
But maybe they'll have 5 minutes of this and then
Part
change
of a
again.
part of a chess match.
Yeah.
And we know that if they concede, they will change their style of play immediately. What makes it so depressing when you see other teams deploy this defensive tactic is that you know that there isn't anything else.
No,
There isn't
they're not
there
capable
isn't
of
another
doing.
plan if they fall behind.
No.
That's all there is. And you kind of, because Malmö is normally such an active team with an active defense, you are constantly afraid. You have to be on guard for them suddenly just rushing the ball handler. So Samuel can't breathe completely easy. Not yet, anyway. If this goes on for 5 minutes, then yeah, sure, maybe. He wants a timeout now. I take that as a sign that Stockholm is somewhat surprised of this strategy from Malmö. Samuel is on the drawing board there. He's getting a pen and paper ready.
Okay, I like that very much. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, he got
Drawing something, man. Oh, he's going to try a 360 at some point.
Yeah, I mean he's going to get impatient at some point, and he will start doing crazy stuff that just might work.
Okay, so they changed for a little bit and now back to basic. They got David at the right position. No, don't, Nicholas, don't do that.
Yeah, this is
That's not a good. That's not a good thing.
Al covers it up.
But of course, man, they need some sort of offense. But
so hard for a otherwise aggressive team to keep the discipline to stay in that zero defense for an entire game. Someone is gonna break and just be just go ham all of a sudden.
Rasmus Jacobsen says, good to see Malmo sticking to the game plan. Don't get drawn into a racing match.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if this becomes a game about speed, Stockholm is gonna grind you down.
Yeah, because they're way faster, way faster.
Yeah, Rasmus Jacobsen not a completely objective observer.
Not at all, actually, because he's playing at Malmo.
Actually, a part
But
of the
Elmer,
team.
can you tell us more about their plans?
About Malmö's plans?
No, Rasmus can maybe.
Oh, sure.
No, not secrets, but just if you know, we're trying to do this and we're trying to do that.
Yeah, what's the strategy, Rasmus, against Stockholm? Oh, other than what we can plainly see about this defensive strategy. So there's going to be a booking for Daniel when the game stops the next stoppage, which could be right about now. Or
1 minute left of this actually exciting match.
yeah, in a weird way, but it's been a tactical affair. There's not been that much goalward action, but oh,
We're gonna have a yellow card
he
for
pointed,
Daniel.
he pointed to David Aho.
No. He just pointed where it happened, but it's for Daniel.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Your eyes must hurt, Klaus. They are so old and weak nowadays.
So old. You're older than me.
Do you have muscles, Sven? 89?
Yeah.
Rasmus Jacobsen writes, point is to take as much tempo out of the game as possible since we can't beat them on speed, especially on their final third.
On
So-
their final third.
Which is Malmö's first
Yeah, I suppose.
third.
I suppose.
That sounds like a good tactical thing
Yeah.
to do.
Oof.
Something happens, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, the only risk, what you're risking playing that defensive style is that it can neuter your offense. It can sort of take the edge of your offense. But as long as you can keep that from happening, if you can generate enough turnovers in good enough spots, then sure, go ahead. Okay, the second
Okay,
half.
they just waited for the song to be over. That's amazing. It's amazing.
Great job by John.
Yes!
Ah, what a
Yes,
quality
that was
referee.
amazing.
That was
John
so
is a
good.
quality
So
referee.
good.
Man, if this should ever happen, it should be now. I started the song in the start of the halftime break here and ended it with the flute from John.
So we know 500 miles by the Proclaimers.
That-
That's exactly a
Yeah.
halftime.
We're gonna know that for next year.
Sweet.
It's sweet.
So no change in tactics from Malmö, it
No.
seems. And I mean, or
That was fun. That was fun. That was nice, actually.
yeah, I mean, so interesting this chess match here. Again, the moment Samuel sees a guy reversing, he just runs right into him and tries to draw the foul. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, but it's a very sort of cynical strategy.
But Samuel is mad now, I can see.
Yeah, he's
Because-
frustrated he didn't get the call.
No,
He's-
yeah.
He's frustrated that they can't open up this Malmö defense.
And so now just going back. That's a very nice strategy of just saying 1, 2, 3, now go, and then all of them
Yeah,
just attack. It's like a surprise thing.
yeah. I would expect that once the Stockholm ball handler turns his back on the two Malmö players, uh, that's when they strike. And you saw Linus was ready as well, the goalie. He was
Yeah,
ready
yeah, he
to,
was.
to follow up on the ball. I think actually he was the one who grabbed it. No, that seems a little fast. Oh, get a face off. I don't think Niklas meant to do that.
What happened?
That was bound to go wrong. Yeah, I mean he blitzed
Yeah.
and Aho didn't follow him. Um, the thing is he did it while Samuel could see him, so he knew what was coming and was able to turn it into a sort of a decent opening. Oh,
It wasn't a big chance, but it ended up being one.
yeah. It's almost free for Samuel to try that. He's almost never going
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
to
never
never going to
loses
lose
the
the
ball.
ball.
Yeah.
If Linus saves it, he's going to get it right back. So it's a nice way of trying to keep Linus honest. I mean, this basically takes out Daniel from this game. Uh, all his uh, all his skills are based on speed, and anybody could do what Daniel is doing in this offense right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Stockholm seems to have no solution. Nothing is happening here.
But what is he waiting for?
Oh, that went in. If
Yeah, but that's not allowed, is it?
no, yeah, well, I guess, but the ref called it quickly. I mean, if the referee didn't see the ball hitting Linus's feet, that could have been a goal. But he saw it quickly and blew the play dead. Is that really all Stockholm has here? To just circle the net for 15 times and try a crazy shot? Uh, you would think Stockholm faces a lot of these sort of zero defenses,
Yeah.
both in the Swedish league, but also when they tour Scandinavia and play inferior teams. But maybe they haven't faced one of this caliber. I mean, with this great players, the players who are this great, and Linus, who's a extremely fast goalkeeper. But it seems they should have better tools for opening up a very negative defense like this. But I mean, I like Malmö breaking out this strategy in a Champions League final to sort of spring that on them
Yeah.
to surprise their opponent.
Yeah, it's a surprise, but it's not like it's just a hard thing to open up, but it's not like yeah.
Because I mean, next time they do it, Stockholm will have sort of practiced 4 or 5 or 6 ways to open it up, and they will be ready for it, and it won't have the same effect. But this one time, you can sort of spring this on them. What? Yeah, Marcus is shocked.
It must be for talking.
Maybe he kept sort of creeping closer and closer, and if he sort of ignored a couple of verbal warnings, that was weird. Marcus was shocked too. I mean, he doesn't show a lot of emotion, but the eyebrows definitely went high up into the sky.
High in the sky with the eyebrows. That was a bit of my Scottish. I'm just
Timely.
practicing for another.
The Proclaimers, they're Scottish, I think.
Yeah, okay.
All of this driving around, essentially just makes the game shorter. Because, I mean, there's no action here. And it just makes the game shorter, which is also an advantage for an underdog like Malmo. Linus has to be completely 100% focused and
But
concentrated.
I think that
Because, you know, at
in
any
the far
second,
corner now, certainly he's not there. Or maybe he's so fast that it's just
really
like
close.
luring him into.
I think if Samuel makes more of a fake, if he sort of looks more like he's trying to shoot there, he will close it out. My strategy, back when I played, to open up a defense like this, is to go into the middle part of the. Oh, here's the breakout. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh. Not all that close. I think there was a small gap he could have taken advantage of, but
Yeah.
Linus was, of course, afraid of
But
the
David,
Stockholm
David is
player,
not well placed right now.
Stockholm player in front of the net. So he wanted to take away the pass, almost opening up a gap for the shot in the short corner. Now I was saying my strategy for opening up a defense like this when I couldn't quite get the goalkeeper out of position. I would go to the middle part of the zone and I would spin around. I would try to hide the ball from him. He can't see the ball the entire time, and I wanted to maybe make him hesitate, make him confused as to where I was going, and then quickly just randomly picking a way to go and hoping that the goalkeeper would be out of position. You gotta try to confuse him a little bit. I mean, Linus gets into that rhythm of just, he can make that little circle going round and round and round. It's not really challenging him. Oh, goodness.
You should have been on the field, Klaus. You really should have.
Not sure.
You could have changed it, man. You could have become the MVP. Wow, Linus is fast.
Yeah.
He's smart.
But you know that goes on Samuel's a hard drive that he wasn't opening up there. He was quick to get back. Got to try something else. Maybe he comes back to it later.
Yeah, but
Nicholas can't make the play. I wonder if that's part of the strategy, or it's Nicholas getting impatient. Excuse me.
impatient. No, you
Not
can't
totally
move the.
sure.
You can't just move the balls, man.
I mean, actually, I agree with it. I think the referee should allow a little board movement when it helps getting the ball loose, so that we don't have to take all these face-offs.
I know, but like
This one though, that it went right down in the corner, and it was not. I mean, we're wasting time here. This is going to end in a face-off in any minute. Yeah.
because they just
Okay, so delay of game basically is called on Malmö.
is that a rule?
Yeah, I mean John believes that there was enough space
Yeah.
for Malmö to try and get out of there.
But so that's a rule
this
about
wasn't
it.
Stockholm locking them down. Now, I guess there is. I mean, basically, I haven't read the rules in 20 years, but I guess there is, and it's not an unreasonable rule, I think. So an offensive foul, kind of a charge. Oh, come
That
on!
wasn't good.
Oh, when they finally get possession like that, come on! They gotta. Jeez. Just threw it away immediately. God dang it. Ah, well. Some of the viewers back home might look at this and say, well, why is this different from what
How much
Arndal,
time is left? We don't know. Sorry.
what Arndal did? How, and we were very, very critical of Arndal. That how is this different? The difference is, in my opinion, that Malmö is choosing to play like this. They have another gear. They can bring another strategy if that's what they want to. But right now, they don't want to. Bad teams playing zero defense do it because that's all they can do. And that's frustrating and a bit annoying to watch. But here it's part of a chess match. That's very interesting, I think. No, wait, Samuel on the ball. So, whoop. Yeah, see, that was the crazy shots we knew were coming. Linus tries to turn it into a breakaway, but little daylight here. Oh, wow. Harsh tackle there from Daniel.
Important save by David Arnold.
Can Linus make it back into the goal? He can.
Oh, he just
okay.
crossed the line.
So Marcus is called for crossing the line of the penalty area. Yeah, that's a shame for Stockholm. They had Linus where they wanted him, outside of the goal, and with the blocker he had to go around. That was a pretty good. I think a timeout is awarded for Malmö. Yeah. This is pretty tense. This game was set to end at 17:35, and now the time is 17:36. There cannot be a lot of time left. This looks like this one is heading to overtime. Should we reiterate? Overtime means 5 extra minutes.
Yeah.
5 extra minutes of just normal gameplay, and then once those 5 minutes are up, if there's no score, well then we go to penalties, which is a shootout similar to what people may know from ice hockey. It's what we call American penalty shots. where you get the ball at mid-court and you try to score one-on-one against the goalkeeper.
And I really think, to be honest, Malmö would be happy to go into penalty shootouts.
Definitely, that would be mission accomplished. I mean, if they could win 1-0 with this strategy, that would be the dream. But getting to a penalty shootout, which is basically a 50-50 proposition, right? I mean, then that's pretty good for a team that clearly considers themselves the underdog. Very close. That's the kind of play Stockholm is looking for. Get some passing going in front of the Malmö goal. There's a
Be clever.
little panic now.
Yeah, be clever. Be
This
clever.
is a little. Yeah, but now we get caught in the boards. We get a face-off. Everyone resets. Niklas and Marcus are stuck together, it seems. Okay. Wow. A penalty shootout, man, that would be maximum
That
drama.
it would be like
Maximum
Yes.
drama.
there's not more than 40 seconds or so left.
Have they called for 1 minute? Ooh.
That was
close.
actually that was nice.
Uh-oh.
A good try.
Yeah. Okay. He almost threw it away there, Stockholm, at the end. That's it for regulation of this LOBPA Nordic Champions League final. Wow. I mean, this is mission accomplished for
Yeah,
for
until
Malmö.
now.
So far, yeah.
Yeah. How long a break will we have now? Just a minute or two? Or?
Yeah, I mean, basically like a timeout. This is an important coin toss now, because we will play only one half here. So winning the coin toss is basically an extra possession, and Malmö gets it, which by far is the most interesting thing that could happen, because now they will attack, maybe open themselves up to a counter attack from Stockholm.
Because as we just had some questions from Christian Eriksen and so on, would Malmö lose if they tried a more offensive strategy? Probably yes. If they went all offensive, they would lose, in my perspective. Just look at that, because they know.
I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. That once you're going to commit, if you know you're going to commit a turnover, do it into a sort of a harmless spot on the court.
Yeah.
I think so, Christian. Yes, I think they would lose. It is very negative, and it's not pleasing to the eye, and it's very sort of cynical. But as a one-time thing, I kind of like it. I find it sexy that they
because
come
it's a
up
final,
with a
man.
completely different strategy for the final.
We also had a question. If Malmö falls behind, they'll switch up and play more aggressive. Of course they will. If they fall behind, they have to try something.
I definitely think so.
It's a final, so, they will.
I definitely think they would. If not, that changes everything. That means that this is just a silly strategy by a team that's no good.
But we know they can.
We know they can. We know they have that club in the bag as well. So. Again, this is potentially dangerous. You could be caught out of position here if you lose the ball. In a
Not
funky
really.
way.
Not really.
But, Niklas bails out of the
Yeah, he's
of the scrum there very early. So
he's a pure routine.
yeah,
He's made of routine. He's been growing that beard since like the 90s. And me and Klaus, we watched it grow together. That's a lot of space.
yeah. Again, Nicholas attacks him head on. Ah, Daniel falls asleep. He should have been on Aho,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
keeping him away. God, there's no room. Uh-oh. I thought he turned the corner there on Aho.
Yeah, I thought too.
Maybe that was probably as close as I thought it was.
Oh, Klaus, I really, really hope we will have some penalty. Because, it's the drama. It's drama.
I mean, for a guy like Nicholas to completely go this defensive, this goes against everything he stands for. He wants to be a slick offensive team that really just dominates the opponent. But for him to go all defense first here,
It takes something.
that tells you how much he wants to win this.
Yes.
I mean, this is not any other tournament. This is the Champions League, baby.
Yeah.
He's willing to compromise his preferred style of play and win in this sort of
Maybe
dirty
win.
way. Uh-oh. Oh.
Yeah, maybe he should have done that more often.
Yeah.
Because
I think though Linus
it's
is all
the-
over it. That wasn't even close, that one.
No,
It's
no,
just,
no.
It's actually impressive, I think, that Samuel hasn't become more desperate.
Yeah.
Because it can be, it's, oh, it has to be so frustrating knowing that you are kind of probably the better team. The other team isn't even trying to score.
No,
They're
no.
just fending you off again and again and again. You can't break them open.
But-
That's annoying. What's up here? We have a
Timeout.
Stockholm timeout, I think. They are substituting Daniel Pilsepnik for Lucas Øvervik. Oh, this late in the game.
But Klaus, I just had a thought. This is the most defensive game we've probably seen. But still, we have so much to talk about. And
Yeah.
it's so exciting. And I like it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm in
it's
good
all,
spirits.
It's all about the personnel who are carrying this out. If Malmo fell behind early and just stayed in this, it wouldn't be interesting at all. But the fact that they've been able to keep the game tied,
Yeah.
obviously lends some excitement to the moment. Seems to be a minor technical issue with Daniel that resulted in the substitution. Lundgren is not fooled. by
1 minute left.
1 minute of these added minutes. Yeah, not close. I think these 360 shots have to be in the middle of
Yeah,
the
in the
mid
middle.
zone.
Yeah, to be really terrifying.
dangerous. They have substituted out Daniel. I definitely expect that he will come back in for penalty shootouts. Yeah, well, maybe not. Øvervik is pretty good. Actually, that would be pretty interesting.
Klaus, we got like 30 seconds left
Yeah,
on the clock. It's ticking.
now it's ticking. Oh! They gotta get a man on.
Why did he do that?
The ball ran away from him, I think, and he was just going after it all out. That's it. Wow. I mean, they are putting on a defensive show. This is the reason this works is Linus playing basically a perfect game. Basically playing a perfect game in terms of just goalie play. If he was facing a one-on-one situation with another against another player, he would move out of that arc, out of the penalty area, and make the goal small, like we would see in handball, for example, or in soccer.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
goalie will sort of rush out of the goal to take away some of the angles. He can't now, which makes this a totally different exercise for a goalie. It much more comes down to reaction time, to speed, to reading the attacking player, reading where will he shoot. They are just drawing here to decide who will shoot first. I think in soccer it's been proven to be a advantage to shoot first. But it looks like Linus elects to defend first. It's actually, despite the goalie being restricted, it is fairly hard to score on these. I wouldn't expect more than a goal, 1 in 4, 1 in 5 shots probably. It's very, very likely, it's very possible that you could win this with 1 goal in the first 5 shots here. Oof, very close. Linus has to shut this down now, or remember to stay inside the line. Yep. See, 10 seconds is a lot longer than you think.
Yeah.
So, Niklas is up. This is where he makes his money. He's very, very dangerous in this. Save with the rear wheel. He gets 1 more crack at it. Not dangerous. Okay. The second shot obviously is going to be rushed. You have to hurry up, and
Yeah.
and the second shot rarely goes in.
And the 360 shot, that's a good thing maybe for the second shot, because
Yes,
you
sure.
can't get speed at it.
Throw it up there and hope for something crazy to happen. That's a goal. Wow. Nice. Huge play. It is a little unorthodox for Linus to be reversing through the area. We see Samuel lining up to go forwards. I'm not sure what's the better strategy, actually. I know I would tend to go forward, but maybe Linus is onto something.
You tend to go for the shot?
No, I tend to go forwards as a goalie. If I was in the goal.
Yeah.
Linus, he's now sort of lining up so that he will be backing and reversing through the area across the goal. Not sure that's a great idea. This is tough for Linus. Very, very hard to. They need to score twice in the next 3 to keep it alive. Aho. Yeah, not close. I'll have to sort of. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Samuel's showing up here. I mean, that's.
A goal now will be.
A goal now would end it, right? Yeah, 5 shots. Oh, excuse me. Sorry for yelling. They were asking for how many shots needed to be. Oh, wow. A change in goal now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. That's it. 2018 LOBPA Nordic Champions League winners are Stockholm in penalty shootouts 3-0 against Malmo Griffins.